Hey y'all, holy crap, we are back. We took a little time off. We were trying to get some videos put out there. We got we out here from WVU, which I won't lie, probably the best one I've ever seen that we made. So hats off to our producer Andrew. I know he's working hard right now to get the Brooklyn one out. So that'll be out tonight. And I say that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, fingers are crossed. Um, but guys, we're back. It's the first episode of 2024, and man, it's good to be back. I missed this.
Yeah, it's been a while. I feel like I'm out of place without us recording. I'm like, damn, we haven't done anything.
Especially,
Right.
I think I I remember us talking about, oh, we'll take like this week off and then the following week. And then I was like, last week I'm sitting there going, it feels very weird that I'm not upstairs recording something for an hour and a half. It doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I don't know. We've just came accustomed to just putting these out every week. And to those that have listened every week, we appreciate you. But yeah, 2024 refresh. We want to make sure we're getting things out to you at a promptly manner. Drew is getting that. Definitely agree with Merritt. If you guys haven't seen the We Out Here for the Backyard Brawl, probably one of the best ones we've done. And I think it's because one of the best ones we've done because we've had like multiple different perspectives. Because you had
Mm,
your stuff, my stuff. Whenever it's like the two of us together, it's a good time.
I agree. I can't wait. We've already started talking about the next brawl. I know that has been started to be planned. So
Yes.
that'll be more interesting because I think you're gonna get potentially 3 to 4 different people's perspectives on commuting there, getting there, how we got like all of that. It's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna be definitely wild. And we'll fill everybody in more with what's happening, who's coming, and Mary and I will probably talk more about that off air
yeah,
until we get all the details handled. But yeah, we're excited, especially after the way football season ended this year. Definitely gonna be a different vibe going down to the brawl in Pittsburgh this upcoming year. So stay tuned, y'all.
yeah, we'll talk about that here in a second too about West Virginia football. But Kevin, I'm starting with you because I know what jersey you're wearing,
Yes.
but I want you to tell us who you are wearing.
Sure. So for all my people out there, I'm rocking the Yukon #5 jersey of point guard Paige Becker's women's Yukon basketball team. Shout out to my nephew Bryce. He called me. He was letting me know, hey, I'm at the bookstore right now, and they just put up Paige's jersey on sale. Do you want one? And I was like, hell yeah. Give me the number. I'll sell it to you right now and then just bring it to my house on Christmas. So pretty much got myself a Christmas gift, the Page Bikers, the away jersey. Super excited. #5, very similar quality to the Bronny James one I wore a couple weeks back. So, make sure if you're able to do this, if you want to support somebody for the NIL deals, go ahead and purchase these jerseys for them. They get a little piece of it for the profit, which they deserve. So, yeah, shout out to Paige. UConn basketball out here. I think they're still ranked top 5 right now. I think they have one loss. If I remember.
I
One or
uh
two losses.
yeah, all I know is that LSU fell apart the other night. So let's see. Oh, that's just showing me what women's basketball games are on right now. I don't want to watch that. So sorry. Not right now. Maybe later. Um, but yeah, I love it. I love the jersey. I know you've worn the Bronny James one. I think out of all of them, I'd probably get that one. Though I'm not a UConn fan per se, but still, it's pretty.
One I'm trying to get, but it just remains sold out, is Caitlin Clark's.
Oh,
It's
you're
just never gonna get that jersey. So we'll just wait.
UConn currently is number 9. They jumped 4 spots from number 13.
Let's go. Go Huskies.
They're 4-13.
Love
Oh,
it.
and our girls dropped out.
It
Darn.
happened.
I thought they were still in there, but that's okay. They're still a good
I
team.
mean, shout out to them though. They've been playing hella good this
Hmm.
year, much better than a lot of people expected. Shout out to Coach Kellogg for
Yeah,
what he's been doing there. So I'm
he
gonna give
has
it to
put a staff together and a team together that actually is competing.
him.
And no offense to any of the players and any of the teams that were there when we were there afterwards, they've all competed. But this team just, it's something different. And I love it.
Yeah, I'm with
So
it.
we'll talk about that here in a moment. But I'm rocking a brand new hat. This is just a 603 Lake
Okay,
Life hat, just
like
ripped
it.
apart. It's kind of my style,
It is
you know.
very your style.
Yeah, yeah. Especially with this beard that's growing on, I might actually shave this down after this. Holy crap. I didn't
Okay.
notice how thick this thing is. Like, woo! Man, no wonder my wife looks at me funny.
Oh my Lanta.
Well, I know we have like the weekly sports update we normally do, but we might have to do like a monthly sports update this time around since we haven't been on and a lot has happened
Lots.
since the last time we were on air. Let's just start with the NFL. Coaches going everywhere and anywhere. They're all being let go. Um, you start off with the Falcons coach right after the game, basically, you got cut, got fired. Pete
Did he
Carroll,
really? He got fired? I thought he was still around.
hell no, Art Smith or whatever his name is. He got fired at like 12 o'clock midnight or something.
Damn.
Yeah, he was the first coach fired. You have Ron Rivera's gone.
Yep, saw that.
Um, Pete Carroll, which was a surprising move. I did not see that coming.
I did not see that one coming. Now my question is he gonna end up somewhere else?
I don't know. He made it sound like he was going to take some time and enjoy his life. Dude is 71 years old.
Yeah, but
No,
still alive and kicking though.
I know. He's one of those individuals that I feel like if he stops working, he's just going to go the opposite direction. Um, who else besides the obvious? We'll talk about that one here in a second. Who else got let go?
I mean, we might have some more let go after what
Yeah,
happened this weekend.
we there have been the rumors that Mike McCarthy and Nick Sirianni, respectively from the Cowboys and the Eagles, could potentially part ways with those teams due to the lack of performance in the playoffs. I feel bad more for Sirianni because his team has made the playoffs and they've gone to the Super Bowl. They just have never gotten, they never won it. But the way they lost last night.
Man, can we spend a moment on those? The number one, I just could not believe the lack of preparation that was shown on that Dallas game. The lack of preparation, the lack of being ready, just blatantly not performing. They stunk up the joint and literally lived up to whatever Steven has said. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and it went
Mm-hmm.
wrong. So shout out to the Cowboys for living the dream. I remember when we had Joe Mack on, he talked about like this is what we have grown up the Cowboys to be, to legitimately have a hell of a season and then absolutely just bomb in the playoffs. And unfortunately, we are just continuing to see that happen now. Um, but yes, back to the Eagles. Man, a lot of somber Eagle fans today. Lots of
Yeah.
somber Eagle fans. It goes with the weather that we're having outside here in the Northeast. But yeah, I just again they let Baker Mayfield put on a show.
Yeah. And the worst running attack in the NFL ran all over them.
Yeah, I just again just the Eagles this season could be like a 30 for 30 the way they
I,
just felt the race.
I saw something they're like, the Eagles, the 2003, 2004 Eagles team is going to be a 30 for 30 in like 2 years.
It's crazy.
It is sad. Mike McCarthy probably deserves it at this point to be fired since his team has been loaded with talent and he's never done anything with that talent.
Nothing, absolutely nothing.
Now, oh yeah, the Raiders let go. well, that was a while ago, but apparently Antonio Pierce is the front runner for that job.
For which job?
The Raiders.
He's the front runner for the Raiders. I thought I heard he got permission to interview elsewhere.
He does. He has permission, of course, but I think he is the front runner for that job. From what I was reading an article that said he was really the lead candidate for them. Let's be honest, the guy's a jackass. He fits the mantra of the Raider Nation.
Hey, I like Antonio Pierce. He was awesome when he was a linebacker for the Giants. So,
I don't like him because he is a giant.
and well, for obvious reasons of what the Giants did to your Patriots. So,
Yeah.
it
Okay.
is what it
Okay. We
is.
don't need to go back and rehash history. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we can talk about your team last night, who I won't lie, I thought they were going to make a comeback when they
I'll
scored
be
that
honest.
touchdown.
I thought that we had a good chance. I thought
Mm-hmm.
we had a good chance. I am glad that we made it competitive. But this is me coming from a Steelers fan. This might be a little bit of a hot take. I unfortunately think that it might be Tomlin's time is up over in Pittsburgh.
Wow, so you're going to, you've already, the longest tenured head coach in NFL, and Bill Belichick has parted ways with the New England Patriots. So he's gone. He was there for 20 plus years. Now you're saying the guy who's right behind him at 17 years potentially should be gone?
I'm not saying he should be gone. I just think there's a good possibility that it could happen. Because right now, with the last 10 years have been essentially the same season. You go ahead, you get above 500, you might make one of the last spots in the playoff,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're eliminated in the first round. And it's been a rinse and repeat for the last 10 years. And you've had players come and go. You've had players, that have been great. Players have been not so great. Giving money to these people that have been worth it, not wanting to pay. It's just, I think, and there just get turned comes a time that a place needs a change and a new voice to be heard.
Yep.
And I think that's the situation that the Steelers are in. As much as I hate it because I love Mike Tomlin, I've enjoyed it. My fandom as a Steelers fan, the majority of it has come with him as the head coach.
Yeah.
So for me, it's difficult to say, but I just feel like if the Steelers are going to try and go ahead and get over the hump, I think there's got to be something else that happens. Like you've already fired the offensive coordinator, you changed defensive coordinators already. The one thing that has remained the same is that head coach pillar, and I think that might change possibly soon.
So now that there was a similar thing that the Patriots went through. They had to make a change, at the head. Now we have Gerard Mayo as the new head coach. He's interviewing everyone and anyone for new coaching positions, for coordinators and everything. Um, I'm excited about that, but I don't like the idea that there's no GM apparently. We're just going to let two guys do it. And Matt Grohl, who was the director of player personnel, sucks at his job. If you're bringing in the talent that you brought in the past like 4 years, I don't need you. I'll go do your job. I will be better at it.
Yeah.
But I agree. The new voice is always a good thing. Now, I heard something a while ago from, I don't know, whatever podcast I think Ben Roethlisberger runs or is on, typically saying that Steeler mentality is gone, that rough and tough football. Do you
Yeah.
think that team needs to go back to rough and tough, or do they need to continue to evolve, like, say, the 49ers have evolved to a high high octane offense, strong, stout defense, but not like we're gonna kill you.
See, yeah, I mean, I definitely think that's one thing. The Steelers offense has been very, very vanilla,
Mm-hmm.
and we're in a league right now where who are the people that people like to watch. They like to watch guys like Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Christian McCaffrey, very dynamic players. We had some of those, but I definitely think that's an emphasis that you need to kind of really think about
Mm-hmm.
is you need to evolve with the times. And that is the times that we have. what's exciting and what people are being successful with is a mobile quarterback
Yep.
that is able to run around and but still be able to launch that ball when necessary. Um, I think, you know, if we move towards something like that, that would be something interesting and something fresh that, especially a place like the Steelers organization, we haven't had yet. So time will tell. It's still we're still in the middle of the playoff hunt. The Steelers season just ended yesterday. So they're still probably mulling things over and getting over that and trying to recover from all the frostbite they got in Buffalo because it's so damn cold. But yeah, that's all. That's what I got.
Well, hey, let's talk about good sides of football right now. The
Good side.
Lions won a playoff game for the first time in 32 years.
That was awesome.
Let's go.
Hell of a game too, though. Hell of a game too.
If I had a Lions cap right now, I'd be jumping on that bandwagon. I'm 100% on the bandwagon, to be truthfully honest. Mainly for a simple fact of Dan Campbell's speech after the game and the reaction to the GM winning in the elevator.
Was going nuts.
Dude, well, do you know his story?
I heard that it was like a PR intern.
So he was at like Enterprise Rent-A-Car in their management development training thing in the
Okay.
early 2000s, and he wanted to bring in the NFL. So he took an internship, unpaid internship with like the Chargers or something, and just over time worked his way all the way up to the GM.
No, he took it with the Lions.
Was it with the Lions? I thought it
Yeah, he took it
was.
with the Lions. That's
So
what I read in the thing.
so that is unbelievable that he went through that whole thing to get to where he is. So I love it. Um, you know, I hope they win. I think they're playing the 49ers this weekend, so that was going to be a tough one for them. But hey, at the end of the day, it could be fun. Joe Mack, I know you're probably going to listen to this. I'm sorry, but we're serving sushi um, for the next week in Miami and in Kansas City. Not much of a game, sadly.
It's too cold. It's too damn cold.
Well, the helmet's cracked in half.
Yeah, I mean, it just goes to show that the Chiefs, they've been through this before, so they know what they're supposed to be doing. But hey, I like the excitement of Joe Max Dolphins. You know,
Mm-hmm.
they just need some time to develop as a team. I mean, they they just gotta they're going through the growing pains. They've never done this before. So hey, we'll let it rock. Chiefs going to go up against Andrew's Buffalo Bills, in which the Chiefs are the away team. Did I get that right?
Yeah, it's the first
First
time in
time.
Patrick Mahomes' career that he's playing away.
I would love. I'm not gonna lie. I don't want to jinx it. I don't want to jinx it.
And then I wouldn't say it.
All right, never mind then. Next topic,
I
please.
know what you're going to say.
I'm not. Well, we don't have to talk about it because then if we bring it up, then it's gonna be said, and then it's gonna be jinxed. So we'll move on to the next topic, which it reminds me of him because you're brushing the beard, just like his beard.
I have to because it was all matted up. Oh, but you could just bring it up. Let's go.
Yeah. So we just found out today after the unfortunate Eagles disappointing loss to the Buccaneers, starting center, all-star, pro bowler, and now podcaster Jason Kelsey has announced he's retiring from the NFL. My thoughts, damn, didn't know it was gonna be like that. That's probably why he was crying on the sidelines. But
Yeah,
I feel like I wish he would have gave it one more go, one more year.
I feel like when you get to that point in your career, though, you say one more year, one more year. When do you say it's enough? Because he was apparently mulling it over for a couple of years of when he was going to retire. Um, and he's told his teammates basically, it hasn't come out officially that he is retiring, but his teammates basically have been told, "Hey, I'm done." He can't do much more than what this guy has done. So,
It's
hats
true.
off to him. He,
Yeah.
plus, he records a hell of a great podcast with his brother. I listen to it every week, so
Shout out to On the Heights. I try to listen to it whenever I can. There's just so many podcasts that I'm trying to keep up with. Sometimes I just forget.
I listen to it every Wednesday when it comes out, so I'll
Such a
listen to it then.
dedicated thing.
I try to be. Um, well, that's NFL. We probably missed something here or there, but that's all right. NBA. Jaws out. He came back for a couple of games and now he's done because of a shoulder injury. So he's out for the rest of the year.
Super unfortunate.
I
Uh,
know.
he was crushing it while he was there. I think was it like a freak accident during like practice or something?
I don't know. I literally just saw a report that said he would be out for the rest of the year because of shoulder injury or whatever. So there was that. I was like, oh, interesting. Um, which kind of sucks because, like you said, he was on a tear the whole time he was there. Oh,
Oh yeah.
damn. The Nuggets arrived 9 hours late because of all the winter storms. That sucks. But then my Celtics are on a roll.
Yep.
I'm cool with that. The Lakers are falling apart.
I mean, yeah, Lakers are they're having some issues right now. Um, don't really know what to say. It just that roster just right now is not good enough. I mean, they brought up, but the thing was that was interesting is they brought back a lot of some different pieces that I thought would help, but
Yeah.
it's kind of just been non-existent. I don't know.
Oh, then your Knicks, they don't look horrible.
Well, I
23 and
mean, what was the last time we were on this podcast? That was before the Anobi trade, right?
yes, it was. So now we got the aftermath of it.
So,
What are your thoughts so far?
all right. So I think I like Anobi a lot,
Hmm.
especially from watching him play. I think it's exactly what we needed. Um, again, I said this off air to people. I think the deal for Anobi is a part of a bigger scheme and a bigger plan of things.
Hmm.
Um, I think that we're on the right track. We are having some struggles right now, but the thing is, it's I think it's because we're allowing some people to develop. Perfect example, our boy from Dub V, Miles McBride,
He's
is
put
out
on a
backup.
show.
He's the backup point guard now because of the fact that Quickly's gone.
Yep.
So now they're giving him a chance to develop. He's shown he can defend, and he needs to learn how to make sure he put up points. I know he put up 20 points yes, last night or
And
yesterday afternoon when they played.
and then when they played the 76ers, he was like 5 of 5 from three or something.
Yeah, so
So
it's a good thing that we're getting them to develop. It's just probably some growing pains, and we haven't been getting some W's out of it, but in due time, I'm trusting the process. Not a Sixers fan, but I'm trusting the process. See what we're gonna do, just to put it out in the universe. We in the Anobi trade, we only gave away a second rounder, in which originally when we were gonna trade for him, we were gonna give him 3 first-round picks, which I'm so happy we didn't. A couple of different things to keep an eye out for. Donovan Mitchell from the Cavs is technically an unrestricted free agent, so taking away a contract like RJ,
yep.
taking away quickly who you'd have to pay. That gives you some money to pay a guy like Donovan. And then if now you have that's a superstar that would possibly come to New York. And then if you need to make a trade for another superstar, then they'll be more enticed to come here because you can use those extra draft picks in that trade to trade them and then possibly be a contender.
And you
But
guys,
I think a couple other things that have to happen is this Knicks still need to perform. They still need to win. If they're not
hmm,
winning, then ain't nobody gonna come here. It's
yeah.
too
And
much money
then
in New York and such.
and what you guys have lost basically every center on your team except for Hartenstein.
And Hardstein has been balling.
I still hate him.
I mean, he's crushing it, absolutely crushing it.
But you guys did not get the exemption, the medical exemption for Mitchell Robinson, so you don't get any additional money.
But he's supposed to be coming back, which
Oh, he
hey,
is. That's good.
that's the reason why we didn't get that exemption is because he was originally planned to be out for the season. But if he's planned to come back, that's why they didn't give it to us.
Okay. All right. I can respect that.
So if
Now,
we get Mitchell back, that's a big thing. Have him healthy for a possible playoff run. And I think we can match up with anybody. We beat the Bucks on Christmas Day, which I did not expect. So we just gotta be in the fight, and then you know whatever happens will happen.
Yeah, you play us one more time. I'm not really concerned. No offense.
I'm gonna be there.
I know, I'm so mad
That's
at
gonna
you.
be a we out here.
That's gonna have to be next year. We have to do that. That's gonna be a plan that we need to get. I love the Barclays, but I've never been at Madison Square Garden. I'd like to go there for a basketball game.
Well, I'm just letting you know I don't take any other seat for the Knicks game unless you're sitting on the Chase Bridge.
I don't care. I go wherever.
All right, cool. I'm just letting you know.
All right.
Whenever I go to the Garden, I'm living lavish.
Okay. Okay. It's fine by me. Whatever. I don't care.
But it's
Um,
okay. You'll be with because Michelle probably would come with that game and our friends, so we'll be with friends at that one.
all right, cool. I'm just gonna be the only one wearing Celtics gear. That's fine.
Exactly.
That's okay. Um, well, that's phenomenal. I'm pulling up here at ESPN though. Dolan and Weinstein are accused of sexual assault in a sexual
Great,
assault allegations.
great.
Yeah.
Again, why James Dolan just needs to die. I hate him. He's the worst. Scum of the earth. Move on. Next.
God, he's horrible. Why do you guys still let him be around?
He's the worst. I'm get so angry even like thinking about him. Let's not even talk about him more. NCAA update.
Let's not. We won't do that. Um, let's go to the NCAA. So Nick Saban retired. That was weird. And then the next day, of course, you had Nick Saban and Pete Carroll both were done the same day, and Bill Belichick the next day.
Craziness.
Like, I don't even know where to start. Like, it's kind of odd that all these greats are gone.
Well, you know what? I forgot who told me, who thought about this. Is I think it's just the old guys are just kind of done with what's happening in sports, and they may not really want to be dealing with it. A lot of people aren't gonna go for like, oh man, I'm gonna play for this esteemed head coach anymore.
Yeah.
It's more like, yo, you got a bag? I'll take the bag. And whether you're a good head coach or not, I'll come for the bag and I'll play for you for a couple of years. Maybe we win, maybe we won't, but
But I'm gonna make money.
I'm gonna make money, which this is a new age. I'm trying to not be the old guy in the room. This is a new age. This is what happens. It's the name of the game now. It's something that we either take it and run it with stride, or you just have to accept it. You just have to accept it.
I'm gonna be the old head in the room and say, I don't like that. But again, it is
What
what it
it
is.
is.
It's the name of the game. Saban said he physically he was feeling it more and more this year. So I
Yeah,
would
can you
lo
imagine the stress? I can only imagine.
I would love if you put together a podcast of Bill Belichick, Pete Carroll, and Nick Saban, all just talking football.
They could put a show of that on ESPN, and it'll be like a round table.
No, we don't want ESPN to touch it. They'll ruin it.
Well, somebody will pick it up.
Let Apple or somebody else. ESPN's apparently going to get bought by the NFL anyway, from some
Or
article I read.
even or even like they do a Netflix thing. Just do like a whole long Netflix thing, like 10 episodes, and it'd be like them talking for like 8 hours.
Oh my God. I would sit there and watch that whole thing.
Yeah, me too.
That'd be football gods talking to just what, the bottom dwellers, basically.
It could be like even like it could be like a three like a they're having dinner and just talking shit, or they'll be in like a big ass conference room and they're answering random questions.
Sitting at a bar. I think that's where they should do it. Sitting at a bar, shooting the shit.
That'd be even good too.
And then the Washington head coach, who just led his Huskies to a second number 2 finish, is now the new Alabama head coach.
And this is again why I don't really mind these athletes getting paid. Because look at
No,
his coach. Look at his the Washington coach.
dude's
And there was
making
one of
bank.
the players went on IG Live. I forgot who it was. He's like, "Yo, man, we didn't even know what was going on. We were just in the trainer's room, and we realized that the coach wasn't there, and then he's just up and gone." That's why I don't feel bad for the players going ahead and making their money because these coaches are doing the same thing and like leaving their players high and dry. It is
Yeah,
what it is. I don't feel bad. I mean, congrats to the Washington head coach for taking a job in the SEC and especially Alabama. God bless him. I hope he's ready for that
yes,
wrath.
seriously, dude. You better be ready because if you lose 2 games, you are done at Alabama.
Or if you just lose to somebody you're not supposed to lose to. What if they lost to like Louisiana Lafayette or something crazy?
Well, apparently, from what I saw a posting on Instagram about it. Almost everyone on the starting offensive side of the ball for Washington has either declared for the NFL draft or has gone into the transfer portal.
Mhm.
So you can imagine some of them are going to go to Alabama because of the really um, what they believe in their coach, the loyalty they have to him. So we'll see. Um, God, that's like you said, it's the way of the world nowadays. I'm excited to see what the next steps are. You know, we'll talk about our team because they are looking good already in this offseason. But finally, the last shoe to drop for the NFL draft finally dropped. Caleb Williams has finally declared that he is going to the NFL draft. Woo! I don't want him.
Really?
I don't. I don't.
You won't get him. You're not going to be the first overall pick.
But we could trade for it. The Bears, apparently, after the season, the Bears ownership basically said that Justin Fields showed why he should be a starter.
Hmm.
And I'll give the boy credit because at the end of the year, he finally figured it out. He
He
did
did.
look good. So, from things I've heard and things I've read, is apparently Caleb Williams is not the best locker room presence.
Mhm.
So, that whole USC game against Louisville for the bowl game, apparently the USC team started chanting, "Now we're a team."
Ooh, yikes.
Yeah. And Caleb Williams was not there.
And I'm pretty sure USC won too, didn't they?
They beat Louisville. Um, so,
Ooh, that's
and
not good.
let's be honest, Caleb Williams is good. He's unreal, like football wise, but you know, what's he as a head case? Is he a head case? Is he a selfish person? What? And we'll find out all those answers in the draft.
Yep.
If he's not drafted in the first five
Five
picks,
picks. Yeah,
we know something's wrong because you're going to now start going at teams that don't need a quarterback.
it's true.
You know, for myself, I don't if it goes the way it should be Williams, May. We have no idea, right? That's kind of what everyone's projecting this to be. I would love if Jaden Daniels comes to the Patriots, or if we say, you know what, screw it, we're going to take a wide receiver and take Marvin Harrison Jr.
That would be fun.
I would take that, and then I would take Bo Nix as my quarterback out of this draft and sign myself a Kirk Cousins for 2 years.
Well, who said Kirk Cousins is going to leave Minnesota?
He is a free agent, and that team is looking to rebuild.
That's true.
So they are going to, and he's probably going to want a decent sized contract because it's
Hmm.
going to be his last contract, last big deal that he's going to be able to get. So I would love that to happen for us because it would be great for the fan base. But we'll see. We're we'll probably have an NFL draft one here in a couple of months because that's all we get to talk about for NFL after the middle of February.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh gosh, it's gonna be sad.
Yeah, but then it's basketball season, and
That's
then
true. Then it's more focused on basketball.
we need more focus on basketball, which is cool.
So let's talk about our team. Woo! Transfer portal. Football team is looking pretty good so far.
We had two guys that did decommit.
Yeah.
Not a big of a deal. It kind of pretty much what happens. We did lose our safeties coach. I believe his name is Dante Wright, as
Hmm.
he's becoming a defensive coordinator at Troy. Shout out to you, Coach Wright. Understandable if that he was probably their lead recruiter. No worries. But we still got a lot of great people coming in and possibly more. We'll see what happens. We still have some room,
Yep.
apparently, to fill. So we're just gonna wait and see. Again, not much news on that front. As again, no news is good news. Obviously, we're gonna need to find some assistant head coach from somewhere to replace Coach Wright. We'll see what happens on that end. But shout out to our Mountaineers for finishing in the top 25 this year at 25.
Dude,
First
that's
time in the Neil Brown era. Feels good. Again, I think what it is we're just a team that likes to be under the radar, and let's just stay under the radar. I don't want to have crazy, huge, high expectations because that can easily, completely just backfire as it always does. But yeah, that's just my thoughts.
hey man, being a top 25 team for this team, none of us predicted that last year when we were talking about how this team was going to go. Um,
Hell to the no.
but they overperformed, and I think with the transfer portal and the guys coming back, we have a top 25 team, and I think we have a number 2 or 3 team in the Big 12 going into next season for sure.
You think two or three?
I think so.
All right.
Well, let's see. We're going to add Colorado, who's dog shit. We're going to add Arizona State, who's horrible. Utah, who fell from the graces. Um, Arizona, who actually finished fairly well, and they did win their bowl game. Oklahoma State, they're good. They've lost. We stole one of their guys, which is good for us. Kansas State is always iffy. Kansas, I'm never going to believe that hype. They're never sustaining any of that. Um, Baylor, no. Texas Tech, maybe if they can figure out their quarterback situation. Who else am I missing? UCF, no. BYU, no. Houston, no. Uh, who else am I missing? Am I missing more?
No, I think you got everybody. Yeah, I don't want to say top three because that's just setting us up for failure. I'll go maybe top half of the conference.
Okay.
Top six. I would say six is like the floor.
All right. 6 is the floor because we finished fifth.
Yeah, I will take six just because I don't want to jinx us.
Okay. I'll I'll change mine top four. I think that's where we land. I'll go top four. I'll say we move up a little bit from last year.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, football, like Kevin said, no news is good news.
Yep.
Quiet on the Western front over there for them. Um, Basketball though, women's basketball team is officially, let me see here, 14-2. They're fourth in the Big 12. They're tied for fourth with Texas, Baylor, Oklahoma, Iowa State, and Kansas State are the top teams in the Big 12, which is unreal. Kevin left. I don't know where he went. His screen is gone. Um, and they're just outside of the top 25, and they've been ranked up as high as 24 so far. So
Shout out to the ladies.
I love it. I, straight up, I love it. Their 2 losses were back to back. One to the number 10 team, Texas, 70-49. So not a good game there. And then they lost to Iowa State 74-64. Okay, tough loss, but they rebounded against UCF, and they don't have, they've got a couple of good games. They got, again, Iowa State, Baylor, Kansas State, Baylor. You know, those are the last 3 ranked teams that they'll play. So if they play to their potential, they maybe lose 5 games, 6 games at most. You never know. Um, but hey, I'm happy for them. I love seeing this team succeed just because of my background playing on that practice squad.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to the ladies for rocking out, and we're gonna keep staying tuned.
Yeah, we will. And then should we talk about what the men finally did?
I mean, it's been a struggle, but my goodness, they got their first Big 12 win. I mean, this has been such a hard team to watch because like it's such a roller coaster. I feel like this is I forgot who said it. They said some I think it was Coach Sampson from Houston. He said that we are the most snake bitten team that is in the country right now. And it is. Like we can go on and on. We've reviewed it so many times on the podcast. Like everybody knows what has happened with us if you especially if you listen. It's just it has been such a struggle as a fan to watch this team because we know the possibilities of what it could have been.
Mm-hmm.
Um, like I don't know, like like I want to give this coaching staff another try. I just feel like I don't know if the fan base is going to give it to them, but I'm super happy that they finally got their first win because I don't know how much more I could take if they're just gonna keep losing and losing. It hurts. So I will say, let's keep going. Shout out to Patrick Sumnick. Shout out to Kev. He gave him a lot of praise when he was on our pod.
Yeah, he did.
And now I feel like we're starting to see what he was talking about. But if the guys like if Raekwon can get it together, if Kerr can continue to hit the three, and if Jesse can finally come back,
I think he should be back soon, I believe.
I think they said the next game.
So
The
that'll
next
be
game.
tomorrow night against Oklahoma. Ugh, boy, we go into two back-to-back games against two top 15 teams.
Isn't Kansas right after that too?
Kansas number 3 on the 20th.
That is horrifying.
Oh, that hurts. That really does not feel good in the pit of my stomach. Um, like you said, it is a really tough team to watch. I've watched a few games. Um,
It's like they were not prepared to actually play with each other. Because like if you think about it, what's his name? Noah Farrakhan. He was not projected to play this year. He's
right.
supposed to play next year, but then he got eligible. Raekwon, he was supposed to be with us in the beginning. We didn't expect Kirk Creason to be out that many games. Nor did we expect a Cook to all of a sudden be out. And then Jesse Edwards had to do it all on his own.
And we
And
also
then,
didn't expect our head coach to leave, to be let go. And that,
well, that's a whole nother story that we
right.
don't need to get into because then it's just a whole bunch of what ifs.
Yeah, but all of that stuff accumulates to where we are now,
I
right?
know.
At the end of
Yeah.
the day, I hope we win double digits. That's all I
I
hope.
think that's honestly that's really the hope right now that we can get to like I'm saying what maybe we get to 12 wins,
I'm
13.
gonna I'm gonna give them 11. I'll say 11
Hold on, let me
because
look at the schedule real quick. Just
let's
so I
go. We got Oklahoma, Kansas, UCF, Oklahoma State, Cincinnati, BYU, Texas, TCU, Baylor, UCF, Iowa State, Kansas State, Texas Tech, TCU, Cincinnati. One, two, three. Wait, one, two, three, four, five, six, seven of those teams we will be playing are in the top 25 currently. Again, the Big 12 is deep.
so we
It
have
is.
15 games left. Out of those 15 games, I think we get 6 of them.
Yeah, I'll go with we get 5. So we'll finish 11 and what?
This is like I'm just looking at this damn thing and how many L's are in this column. Like,
And some of them should not be like we should never lost to Monmouth. Shouldn't lose to SMU, to Pitt,
well,
to
also just
Radford.
remember,
Oh,
yeah, UMass that loss, Radford
that was
that
horrible.
loss. Well, also remember we also didn't expect to only play 6 guys.
That's true. You're
And then
not.
like one, two, that first 7 games, we only played 6 guys. How the hell we only play? Where the hell are our people? Like uh it hurts my soul, but you know, hopefully we can maybe looking at the glass half full, maybe with that win, that's exactly what they needed to just get a couple other wins under their belt. Like maybe we won't go win against like Oklahoma or Kansas, but maybe we got UCF, we beat Oklahoma State, we beat Cincinnati, BYU, Texas gets its revenge. We get revenge on TCU, Baylor, we beat up on UCF, you know,
Hey, anything can happen. It's
literally.
college basketball. Anything could legitimately happen. So I'm gonna be intrigued. Kansas, you know, wow, UConn's number one team in the country.
Yeah, for men's basketball, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Purdue, who loses to bad teams, is two. Kansas is three. My Tar Heels are number four. I like that. Duke isn't even anywhere to be seen in the top 25. Ha ha, Cyrus. Oh shit, never mind. They're at number seven. Fuck.
Oh my gosh.
Never mind, Cyrus. You can comment later. Um, but that's what I got sports wise. So let's just do, we've been going for about an hour. Let's just do a quick life update, see how things are going. Andrew's not here, so I'm gonna take him off that list. Um, Kevin, I gotta congratulate you, sir.
Really?
You need your flowers.
No.
You look phenomenal, my friend. You are
Oh, thanks.
crushing it.
I'm
Crushing it.
trying. I'm trying. I'm assuming you saw my Instagram post.
Ah, I did. I honestly, I saw you numerous times throughout that year. I didn't even think you were that large. And then you post that picture and you go, wow, it's quite a difference.
Yo, it's funny because so fun fact, shout out to my gym, Alpha Fit Club over in Marlboro, New Jersey. They had their 1 year anniversary this past Saturday.
Okay.
So we were there, we're just chatting it up with everybody, and then they did like a celebratory post on it. And where I found that photo was in that post because I was like, "Yo, man, where was?" Because I saw my buddy Joss, one third of the filibusters was in the photo. I'm like, "Who's that guy like standing behind him?" Is that? And then I'm like, I zoomed in. I'm like, "Holy shit, that's freaking me!" And I was like, "Damn." And I texted him. I sent him like a screenshot of me of like of the photo. I'm like, "Yo, when did we take this?" He goes, "Holy shit!" The first thing he said in the text was, "Damn, yo, you're fucking huge." And I'm like, "I know. When the hell was that?" He goes, "I think it was a." He goes, it was like I guess it was a Saturday class that we took. And I remember I like I wanted to like weigh myself on like the in body machine at the gym Monday, so I just took a little photo. And I just decided I was like, let me like do like a little side by side to see the difference. And I sent it to like a couple of like our people, our 5 a.m. crew at the gym. They're like, dude, Kev, like you need to like show this. Like this is like crazy. So
Yeah,
then I
dude.
put it up and then like that's what it was. And like it was just pretty much all of that was just a testament to like just being consistent. Like I've gone to like 5 a.m. at least Monday to Friday every week and maybe a Saturday, just kept at it, listened to the coaches, and it's been great. Like honestly, I shout them out all the time, and it's because joining them has probably been like the best decision of my life, one of in like a long time, and it's been amazing. I just trusted the process. Definitely did not expect to be getting back into group fitness after being in it for so long and wanting that like little bit of a break. But yeah, it's been the best. It's got me to enjoy working out again. And yo, shout out to my Alpha people. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. And yeah, to 2024, we're at it. So we'll see what happens.
Love it, dude. I love it. It's inspirational. I need to honestly, the dad weight has come full
Oh
force.
no. Oh,
Ah,
we gotta get him his Monarchs.
oh boy, no, let's not do that yet. I haven't
Yes,
gotten
how
that
is
far.
the dad life, sir? Look at you. How's young Luca doing?
He is doing good, dude. He is growing like a weed. Um, we did our first trip with him this past weekend. We went to New Hampshire. Um, the drive to New Hampshire is supposed to be about 4.5, 5 hours at most. Took us
Okay.
about 8 because we had to stop a few times for the little guy. Same with the drive down, back home. It took us about 8 hours yesterday. Um, so a little bit longer than normal, but it's part of the game, par for course. We have to stop, feed him, change him, do whatever we need to do. But so much fun. Honestly, it's the best part of my day is when I finish work and I get to see him and hang out with him for a little bit. So, but like I said, I definitely noticed the dad weight has started to creep in. So diet will be changing drastically as well as workout plans
Oh, snap.
to curve that back and get drop a few pounds just so I feel a little bit healthier. Um, but that'll happen in due time. So, but yeah, dad life, to be honest, best life I could ever ask for.
Love that. Totally, totally love that. You might be, I have to see if it's still available, but I totally saw something on online that I totally think you would love, but I'll just maybe surprise you with that at point if it's still
Okay.
available. So
Okay.
we'll stay tuned for that one.
That works for me. Um, so I know we usually do this at the beginning of the year, but we weren't here for 2 weeks. Um, Plans for 2024 with this podcast. We're gonna have more guests. We promise there's gonna be a lot of guests to join us. Kevin knows people. I know people. We know people combined that went to school with in other places that we want to have on. We love to give the flowers to our friends, our colleagues, our former classmates, because they've all done great things.
That's
So
true.
definitely be ready for that. Kevin, when is your We Out Here coming up? I know you've got one coming.
Yes, I have February 23rd. Me and the Knicks gang, we're gonna go watch the Knicks play Merit Celtics. We're very, very excited. So that's one way out here that I have probably setting up. There might be another one coming with Mr. Cyrus Johnson Jr.
Ooh.
We might be hitting up a possible men's or women's basketball game at Princeton. We're trying to check one of those games out. FYI, if anybody's been following college basketball, Princeton's men's and women's basketball team are both killing it right now. I think they're like both like 15-1. So we wanted to check them out, and they're like close by to where Cyrus lives. So we might try to catch one of those. So stay. I will let everybody know if that happens.
Okay.
But that's the only things that I have planned right now as of this moment. Um,
I
we're
thought you
wait.
had a wrestling one.
Oh yes, don't worry, can't forget about that. WrestleMania is coming. That will be in April, in which I gotta figure out. I I'm so behind. I gotta make sure we get the guys on for the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
So to see if they're available, I gotta text Leland Cyrus and Joe Matt to see if they're available for that. To see if we can get them on to discuss some pro wrestling because it's been a while.
It's been
And
quite some
then
time.
yeah, it's been a quite some time. So I gotta revamp. We did the old drafting of our own promotions. I gotta like it's 2024. It's a new year. I gotta think of something else creative that I could come up with. So we'll stay tuned for that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I am doing or planning on doing. But yeah, I'm with Mary. We want to celebrate our friends more. Maybe it won't be sports related. Maybe it will be. Maybe it's semi sports related.
We don't
Merrick
know.
about my weight loss. Maybe I get some people from the gym on. Maybe he gets his like trainer on. We've been talking about that. Um, we're just I think we've gone to this podcast to the point where we just love shooting the shit and just doing it up. We'll figure it out. We're a West Virginia themed podcast. We'll talk West Virginia when we feel like it and when we don't feel like it.
Yep.
So
which will probably
Yeah,
be in the summertime when there's nothing going on about West Virginia. So,
which will be ton should be ton of guests then too.
yes. So that's all I got tonight. This is our first episode back. Next week we'll see what happens. There might be a guest or two, there might not be. I don't know. But
Yes, we're waiting on responses.
we'll figure it out. Kevin, we miss anything? Do you want to add anything? Throw anything else out there?
I'm trying to think if there's anything that is like critical in the world that we need to report. Oh, I know I definitely sent you the text. What were your thoughts on that West Virginia prospect with the interesting last name? Which, before you go, we did find out the proper
Yes, we did.
pronouncing of his name. But I just thought, I just could not believe the pure hysteria that the world went in because he was going to go visit good old West Virginia U.
Oh my God. So funny.
Can I just say, I don't know if this person will commit to us, but my goodness, can you imagine the jersey sales if he were to commit to us?
Um, that would be unreal because
They would set a record.
it's West Virginia, so they'll just be that much of a-holes to buy that jersey for that reason.
I'm not gonna lie, I would buy one too. I'm not gonna lie, I totally would support the kid.
I would too. Like, there's no reason not to. He's a
I
player
would
for
probably
us.
only be able to wear that in WVU because those are the only people who understand it. Can you imagine we wear that in New York or New Jersey?
I would get shot,
You would 100% get shot. Yes.
and I don't feel like dying, so we're not gonna do that.
Please don't do that.
Yeah, no, we won't. But
But I
yeah,
just need to bring that up before we wrapped anything up.
I thought that was hysterical, dude. It was definitely a good, like you look at it, you're like, wait, what? What are we talking? What is this? No, no, can't be. It
Can't
is
be
real.
because most people have that letter in the front. Normally it's silent. Like
Yeah,
90.99999% of the time, that is a silent letter.
not that time, thank God.
Thank God. Goodness gracious.
Like if that was silent, we would have been.
And so it is who wrote it? It would be a sportscaster's worst nightmare.
Oh my God, just think of a sportscaster trying to say that name before we knew how to say it.
It'd just be number 17 is he's number 17.
Number 17 has taken the field. Who?
Yep.
Number
Yeah,
17. I'm not saying anymore. Okay.
number 17. That's it.
It's like a baseball game.
Yep, that's it. That's all it would be. I love it.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's all. That's what I've got. My God. Kevin, it's good to be back. Been too long. I'm happy we finally were able to get back on the podcast.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
so
It's been a good time. It's here. We're finally back at it. And
whew.
can't wait to continue 2024. Shall I outro us out?
Oh my gosh, we shall. Oh, should we tell everyone that we might have new intro music coming now?
Possibly, yes. There is possible new intro music. It might sound the same at first,
But
but
just listen.
just listen. It shouldn't blow your ears out as it normally does, but we're gonna rock it out. So, um, what's it called? Shall I outro us?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, man. Do I remember the outro, guys? Dang.
Oh boy.
So let's start. First off, make sure you follow us on all streaming platforms. We're available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Play, and Google Play.
Yep.
Then go ahead and make sure you follow us and watch us on the YouTube at the Mainly Music's Podcast. Right after that, you can go ahead and follow us on the Instagram at the Manly Musings Pod. You can follow us at our personal Instagrams at merit_p, at kquava624. Along with that, you'll also get the Filipino Starbucksers with
Woo.
your fellow Bucksters as a part of a little spin-off from the podcast. So you guys are going to get to enjoy that, which I must say, shout out to everybody listening. They've been really enjoying that. And you know what? Hold on. Before I continue the outro, Merritt, our question of the day, last one
Okay.
for the fellow Bucksters was, what is your favorite type of French fry?
Ooh.
So you got to answer that.
Okay. Um, Favorite type of French fry. My gosh, I have to go. I love sweet potato fries,
Okay.
but if it's not that, it's gonna have to be um what is it? The just like crispy. They have to be super, super crispy.
Standard cut. You're talking the standard cut,
Standard cut, like deep
extra
fried,
crispy.
like extra crispy. You leave those things in the batter a little too long.
Okay, nice.
Yeah,
I,
that's
I for mine, I said I'm a big fan of curly fries.
ooh, good choice too.
Curly fries, especially if they're seasoned, clutch. But a low key underrated pick, and it sucks that they're discontinued. I loved KFC's potato wedges.
I don't think I ever had those.
Oh, they were life changing, and it makes me so sad that they discontinued it.
Sorry, Kevin.
Yeah,
It's all
I
right.
know the struggle, but yeah. So make sure you follow us on Instagram so you can see our fellow Bucksters with my buddies Jay and Josh from the gym. Shout out to you guys, and also little fun fact: make sure you follow us on the TikTok at the Million Musings Pod, as we have started to get that going. I'm trying my best with it. I just gotta figure out how all the damn buttons work. But yeah, that's really all I got. Again, welcome back to the podcast. Thank you for listening. Stay tuned, and we will see you hopefully next week. Peace, y'all.